Hey everyone, and welcome back. Before we begin here today, please make sure that you like and subscribe because it really does help out our channel, and it also helps us reach others who want to test their math skills with these types of test questions. So this will be our 41st part in this particular math skills test series. And what we have going on is we have two equations of x plus y equals x times y, and then x plus y is also equal to x divided by y. And we have to find one possible solution for x and y here. So let's go ahead and let's rewrite these equations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my first equation, and I'm going to have it as x times y is equal to x over y. Since x plus y is equal to both of them, well, these two are also equal to each other. And then the second one, I'm just going to pick the top one here, and I'll just have x plus y is equal to x times y. Now, this is not necessarily like the only way that you can do this. This is just one method that you can use in order to find what x and y are. So from equation one, let's work with equation one here. So let's rewrite this. So from my first equation, which is x times y is equal to x divided by y. So let's rearrange this. I'm going to bring y over here. So I would have x y squared is equal to x. And then we're going to bring x over as well. So we would have x y squared minus x is equal to 0. And then I'm going to pull x out here. So I would have x times the quantity of y squared minus 1 is equal to 0. So in order for this to equal 0, you have two options here. Either x will be equal to 0 or y squared minus 1 will be equal to 0. Well, can x be equal to 0? Looking at the beginning equations here. Well, let's say y is just some number. Let's just say it's like 3, for instance. Well, if x is equal to 0, that means that this left side is equal to 3. Well, if you look at the right side, anytime you multiply something by 0, you get 0. So x cannot be 0. It doesn't make any sense with that very beginning equation there. So that is not an option here. So that means that we would have y squared minus 1 has to be equal to 0. So what's my possible options here? Well, if you were to solve for the square, you would have either plus 1 or minus 1 as your possible options. And that's pretty much all the information that we can get out of this first equation, that x does not equal 0 and y has the possibility of plus 1 or minus 1. Alrighty, so let's move on to equation 2 here. And we'll see that we can get some more information here. So equation 2, I'm just going to rewrite it because I'm going to be scrolling here. So x plus y is equal to x times y. All right. So let's go ahead and let's plug in the values for y here, since we've already determined we've narrowed it down to plus or minus 1. So let's see the positive side. If y is equal to a positive 1, then what do we have in this equation? Well, we're going to have x plus 1 is equal to x times 1. Well, can that really happen? Because if we look at this here, this is basically saying x plus 1 is equal to x. Anything that adds the 1 to it is not going to be equal to itself. So y plus 1 is not a valid answer here either. Well, so what does that mean? Well, hopefully, hopefully this works out. Y minus 1. Let's try that one. So plugging in y minus 1 here, we would have x minus 1 is equal to x times negative 1, which would give us x minus 1 is equal to a minus x. Okay, well, let's take x to the opposite side here. So we would end up with 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. We actually have some chances here. So if we solve for x will pop out to be 1/2. All right, so what this means is that x will be equal to 1/2 when y is equal to minus 1. Possible solution, right? Okay, so let's double check this. So our beginning equations here, we would have x plus y is equal to x times y. And then we would also have x plus y has to be equal to x over y. So plugging in 1/2 and 1 here, we would have 1/2 minus 1 is equal to 1/2 times negative 1. Well, we would have minus 1/2 is equal to minus 1/2. Hey, that works. Alrighty, well, what about the second one? Well, we would have 1/2 minus 1 is equal to 1/2 divided by -1. Oh, what does that equal? Well, -1/2 is equal to -1/2. Hey, it works out. So we have found one possible solution here, utilizing this method, that we would have y is equal to -1 when x is equal to 1/2, and that would be my answer for this question. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned a new math skill along the way. And if you want to test your abilities even further, please check out the other videos on our channel. Also, if you haven't done so already, please like this video, leave a positive comment below, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.